There's that music again. Come close by the pond, little ones. The morning's warm, the willow's just gone properly green, and I've been waiting to tell you this one. Here's the question I want you holding while I tell it. When somebody new shows up, somebody who doesn't know your ways yet, what's the kindest thing you can give them? Hold on to that. The answer's in the story, and I think God put it there a long time before any of us came along. It happened on a bright spring afternoon, the kind where the grass is tall enough to swish at your knees. Now, you all remember Jigstar, the boy from the human world who visits us now and then, asks the question nobody else thought to, and heads home by supper. Well, that afternoon, Jigstar came up the path through the long grass, and for the very first time, he wasn't alone. There was a second set of footsteps behind him, quieter ones, a little unsure. And over hopped Bongo the bear cub with his usual cheerful crash the moment he heard new footsteps. He boomed out,
"Jigstar, you're back! And you brought—" Wait. There's two of you now?
Ha! Only one of me, Bongo. This is Maya. She lives just down my street, and she's been hearing me talk about this place for ages, so I finally brought her. Maya, this is everyone.
And there she stood, Maya, a human girl about Jigstar's size, with both hands tucked into her sleeves and her eyes very wide. She gave a small wave and said, quietly,
Hi everyone. Jigstar said the animals here could talk, and I said no way. And you really can. Okay, I'm just going to stand here and try not to fall over.
And high in the branches sat Garingo, the parrot, all bright feathers and dramatic flourish. The instant he heard the word new, he gasped and called down,
"A newcomer, a guest, friends, clear the path, smooth the moss, summon the dragonflies. This calls for a welcome, a proper one, a grand one."
And Zippy the hummingbird darted in, going so fast she was 3 places at once. She had clearly been listening, because she squeaked,
Wait! I just had 7 ideas. A welcome banner, a welcome song, a welcome snack, a tour route, the fastest one, every step planned, a welcome handshake, a backup welcome handshake, and... Okay, that's 6. The 7th is... I forgot the 7th. Give me a second.
Oh, you don't have to do all that. Honestly, I'm okay just...
Nonsense! No guest of Shiloh Creek goes without a welcome on my watch. Bongo, fetch the biggest leaf. Zippy, the banner. Behold, Maya, the grandest welcome the meadow has ever beheld.
and Maya smiled, the way you smile when 6 things are happening at you at once, and none of them are really for you. She took the smallest step backward.
Can I just say one thing? Maybe go a little slower. She only just got here.
Slower? Jigstar, dear boy, a welcome is not slow. A welcome is loud. Now, to the meadow. The banner awaits.
So off they all rushed to the meadow, towing Maya behind them like a little boat behind a very excited fleet. And the grand welcome began. Now, this is where things got interesting.
Okay, banners up. It says, Welcome Maya, in 41 petals. I counted. Step 1, the speed tour. We start at the pond, loop the oak, and if we hit the footbridge by... Maya, you have to keep up. The route only works fast.
I'm trying. I just don't know which way the pond is, or the oak, Or, sorry, what's a footbridge again?
Ooh, snack time. I got this. Maya, here. It's a honey leaf. It's the best. You fold it no wait, like this. Oh no, it's stuck to my paw. Hang on. Okay, it's a little squished, but it's still the best. Here, you have it.
Thank you. That's really nice. I don't actually know if I'm supposed to eat it or hold it, and everyone is looking at me, and I really don't want to do the wrong thing on my first.
And now, the grand welcome speech. Maya, repeat after me in your grandest voice. I, Maya, am most honored to...
I don't know the words.
And Shelley the tortoise, wise young Shelley, had been watching the whole grand machine from her warm rock, slow and quiet. She looked at Maya, and then at all the noise, and she said, mostly to herself,
41 petals. And not one of them asked her name twice.
Guys, stop. Look at her. This isn't working. You're being so kind and she's getting more and more lost. I can see it.
Lost? She can't be lost. I made the route perfect. Oh no. I planned her right off the map, didn't I?
Not working? It is the grandest welcome the meadow has ever... Oh, she's not smiling anymore, is she?
and right then, the whole grand machine of the welcome just stopped. The banner sagged a little in the breeze. 41 petals, and a quiet that nobody knew what to do with. And into that quiet, at the soft edge of the clearing, stepped someone who had not said a single word all afternoon. Someone who, a long time ago, had been the new one herself. And at the edge of the clearing stood Fern the fawn, soft-eyed and gentle. She didn't rush in, she just walked over, slow and easy, and sat down on the grass right next to Maya. Not in front of her, beside her. And she said,
Hi, Maya. I'm Fern. You don't have to learn anything right now. You don't have to keep up, and you don't have to know the words. Is it okay if I just sit here with you for a minute?
Yeah, that's okay. That's actually really okay.
When I first came to the creek, I was so scared my hooves shook. And everyone was kind. They were so kind. But they were all kind at me at the same time, and it felt like a lot. So I'm not going to do that to you. I'm just going to tell you the one thing I wish someone had told me.
What's the one thing?
You're not a guest here. The minute Jigstar walked you up that path, you stopped being a stranger. You're one of ours now. You don't have to earn it. It's just true. I think that's how God made this place. There was always going to be room for whoever came next. There was room for me. There's room for you.
and Bongo, who had been holding the squished honey leaf this whole time and feeling terrible, crept closer and said, very gently for a bear,
Maya, I'm sorry I rushed you. You don't have to eat the leaf. You don't have to do anything. What would actually feel nice? You can just tell us. We'll do that one.
Honestly, could someone just show me the pond, slowly, and maybe tell me one of your names again? Because I only got Jigstars, and I think I'm going to cry if I get them wrong.
That we can absolutely do. Come on, pond's this way. There's a willow and old Timber. He's an elephant, and he tells the best stories. And a rock that's perfect for sitting. I'll go slow.
So they walked to the pond the slow way, and the loud welcome turned into a quiet one, and that's when everything started to feel right. But there's a moment I have to tell you about. because Maya stopped halfway down the path and got very still.
Can I say something? Back there, when everyone was being so loud and grand, I wasn't sad because nobody was nice. Everybody was nice. I was sad because it felt like I was a thing happening to everyone, not a person they wanted to know. And I kept thinking, what if I do it wrong and they decide they were wrong to let me come? I've felt that at new schools. You smile so hard your face hurts, and you still feel like you're standing outside a window looking in.
I know that window. I stood outside it too.
And then you sat down next to me, and the window just wasn't there anymore. That's the whole thing. Somebody sat down.
Now, I had been sitting by the pond this whole while, quiet, just taking it all in. And I leaned in, and I asked Maya just one thing. Maya, when the window went away, was it the banner that did it? Or the snack? Or the grand words? Or was it something a good deal smaller?
It was the smallest thing. It was just Fern sitting down and saying I didn't have to keep up. That was it. That was the whole welcome.
So when everything had quieted, we all sat down by the water. Maya in the middle of us now, not the edge, and I asked them, what do you think it was, in the end, that made the welcome a real one?
I think a welcome isn't a show. I made it about how grand I could be, and Maya just needed somebody to be small and beside her. That's a harder one to perform, but I'll learn it.
Can I say what I saw? You all wanted to give Maya a good time, but Fern gave her a good thing. She made room. I think that's the difference. Welcoming someone isn't doing stuff at them. It's moving over so there's space for them to be there.
And I only knew how because somebody did it for me once. I got to give Maya the welcome I wish I'd had. That felt really good, actually. Like the kindness came all the way back around.
That's the heart of it. And there's a line in the Bible about just this, about the newcomer who comes to live among you. A very old rule the people of Israel were given, written down in a book called Leviticus. It goes like this. The stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you, and thou shalt love him as thyself.
Wait, that means treat the new one like she's already family, like she's always been here.
That's exactly it, Maya. That's Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 34. And here's the part that gets me, little ones. Every one of us was the new one once. God made room for you, so you make room for the next one. Fern just lived that line out loud before she ever heard it. And then, from his perch on the lecture branch, swooped Professor Hoot, the most certain owl in Shiloh Creek. He cleared his throat, ahem, and announced,
Children, gather round. A fact known to be absolutely and completely true, and tied to our smallest guest of the day. Behold the W wren, a bird so tiny it weighs about as much as 2 small coins in your palm. And yet, this teeny creature makes a song so enormous it carries clear across the whole meadow. Pound for pound, feather for feather, the wren is one of the loudest singers in the wood. It is, you might say, effervescent.
Ooh, wait, that's a big word. What does that mean?
An excellent question, young bear. It simply means bubbling over, fizzing and popping with more than seems possible to hold, the way a little stream foams white over the rocks. That, children, is the wren. The lesson, dear children, is one of size. The smallest newcomer in the meadow may carry the biggest song. One must never mistake quiet for empty. Pardon. As I was saying, class dismissed.
Today on Mud Puppy Minutes, we'll explain why a person turns pink when they're shy, like the new kid did. Science!
Easy. They turn pink because they're slowly becoming a flamingo. Everybody knows shyness is just early stage flamingo. Give it a week. Full flamingo.
Yeah! Full flamingo! Wait. No. Maybe their cheeks just get warmer when they feel shy, and warm skin goes a little pink. Because the blood comes up to say hello.
Oh no, that can't be right. That's way too easy. No, they turn pink because the meadow paints them to mark them as a proper welcomed friend. It's a meadow rule, free of charge.
Wait, is it actually just warm cheeks and the blood saying hello?
Nah.
Mud puppies, we have solved it. Turning pink means the meadow has painted you a flamingo, fair and square. Welcome to the flock.
Now the plain fact of it, little ones, while the frogs take their bow. When you feel shy, warm blood rises up into your cheeks, and that's all the pink is. Your own kind heart showing on your face. No flamingos involved, that's simply what's so. We'll let the mud puppies keep their splendid flock. When it was time, Jigstar and Maya headed back down the path through the long grass toward home. But Maya turned around at the top of the rise and waved, and this time it wasn't a small, unsure wave. It was a big one, the kind you give a place you're already planning to come back to. And that, my little ones, is how I remember it.
There's always room for one more. See you next time, somewhere in Shiloh Creek.